And I'll be honest, yesterday, shit didn't go my way.
No, we're done.
Today has been a busy day. I wanted to do a quick check-in here. Jason's finishing up episode 1 of Driven, and I'm already so excited. And the series isn't even posted yet. It hasn't even started, and the ideas, they're just flowing. Today has been just kind of like an in the office day for me. I don't train today. It's Tuesday, by the way. I do want to get in some cardio because I haven't moved much, but I had a really good meeting for Grounds Inner Circle. A lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts, a lot of things I'm working on to really move this forward and have a full launch where it's just going to be open to anyone. Well, not to anyone. You have to be ready to do the work. But we had that call, so I'm super excited. The second call I had was with Ghost, renewing my contract. So quick shout out to many of you who have supported me with Ghost. Supported me before I was even with Ghost, if I can just say that, because many of you would tell Ghost, give Caro a code. And it happened. Last September began my contract with Ghost. So I'm now renewing for a year and things sound really good. I'm hoping to just kind of keep growing with the brand and do more collaborations with them. So just really exciting stuff. Like in this moment, as much as I can sit here at it's like 5:30 and think, oh my goodness, I have so much to do. I have so much I'm behind on. And instead of feeling all those feelings, I'm gonna knock that shit off. And instead, I'm just gonna sit here and be grateful. Jason just asked me, how would 30-year-old Kara feel about where she is today? And I am proud of myself and all that I'm doing. And it's not even just being proud of myself. I'm freaking grateful as shit. I am so grateful for the things that I have in my life, and as busy as I am right now, it's so good to be busy. I have a lot going on. I just more so want to keep giving back to you all. I guess what I'm trying to say is I just want to take you along for all of it and just keep giving back to all of you, because truly I wouldn't be where I am in my life if it wasn't for each and every one of you that continues to support me and show up here on my YouTube channel. And for that, I am just eternally grateful. And I'm going to use that feeling of gratitude tonight to not be stressed about anything and just be present and be happy. All righty. Good morning. It is now Thursday when I'm filming. Wednesday is stacking up to be the busiest day for me. It's probably one of the days that I need to really hone in on my structure and my scheduling just to make sure I'm not setting myself up for failure, because that's oftentimes what we do along this process, is set unrealistic goals. And I don't want to do that because it bothers me when I'm not achieving everything I want to achieve. So Wednesdays are a very special day, a very busy day. Wednesdays are my weekly group coaching call for the Grounds Inner Circle. I know many of you are asking to know more about that. And because we're still in beta testing of it is why I haven't fully advertised anything, but launch will be coming soon, so I will definitely share more details. This is week 3 of the Grounds Inner Circle coaching calls, and I don't think I've ever felt this fulfilled in my life with my career path. And it's quite wild how this all came together. I'll tell you the full story at some point in time. I don't know, you ever feel like when you're in the early stages of something, you don't want to jinx it too much, but I did want to just share that these coaching calls, and it's only week 3, have truly changed my life. They have given me this different purpose and just reignited my drive for how I want to reach women and help women transform. I am just so grateful for this opportunity, and I believe so much in this platform and what we're doing with this service that I think it's going to help so many women transform. And a book I'm reading that was recommended, The Culture System, if you're a coach or anyone who's in a leadership position, I highly recommend. It's really got my wheels turning about how I do business as a leader or how I've done business as a manager in the past. And it's been really helpful to think about being just a transformational leader and not only helping others transform, but I can't do that unless I'm continuing to work on myself and continuing to lean into my own areas of personal development that I need to work on, because no one's perfect and I have a lot of areas I need to work on. So it's amazing to think about coaching this group of women together and how they're actually helping me change and helping inspire me to be a better version of myself so that I can continuously show up for them and bring them the most value and the best version of me. And I'll be honest, yesterday, shit didn't go my way. Yesterday, like I said, it's a very busy day on Wednesdays for me. I had everything planned out, going according to my schedule, and filmed my Buff Bunny collection summer haul, which was an hour of filming, trying on clothes, pulling in and off the mic to find out that the audio got screwed up. Normally I can just ride with it in those situations. Like normally I'm just like, okay, cool, let's go. But because in that moment, it's like someone deflated me. Have you ever felt that way? Where like someone it tells you something and just the wind is just knocked out of you. I felt like someone stole all my energy. It was gone. I had nothing in me. And I don't normally get grumpy over that stuff, but I definitely got grumpy where I told Jason I needed a minute to kind of figure out my next move. I only had X amount of time before my coaching call. And in that moment, I was really thinking about my mindset, and shit happens to all of us, regardless if it's filming a video or something else going wrong. These things happen. And what matters most is how you respond. You can't always change the situation or the scenario that you're dealt, but what you can change and what you can control is how you view things, how you respond to them. So I knew I needed to kind of take a minute and compose myself, and no way in heck was I going into my group coaching call for these women in a nasty mood over something so silly. Do you know what I mean? So that really helped shift my mindset. Redid the video, busted it out quick. Jason did a fast edit and got on my coaching call and forgot all about that grumpy mood. So I just wanted to share that because I'm not perfect. I have those moments too where I need to check myself before I wreck myself. And just thought I would share because these moments are going to happen in our life. Uncontrollables will happen. It's unrealistic to think they won't. So the best thing you can do in those situations when those things happen is think through your responses. How can you respond? Are you just going to be pissed? Are you going to be emotional? Are you just going to eat your feelings? Are you going to sit in your feelings? Are you going to do something about it? These are things that we have control over, and we have to quit playing victim in our own lives, right? So anyways, I just wanted to share how much I'm just loving this platform and this opportunity. It's where I'm putting a lot of my passion into. So I'm kind of switching gears a little bit in terms of my priority list, which that I think that transition is what's been a little rough for my own personal structure, which is why the series is helping me so much. So many of you are committed to this Driven Challenge with me. I see you all in the comments on video number 1. And so being video number 2, I don't want you to forget it's not too late to commit to this 10 weeks with me. You can join at any time. And I am just so inspired by all of you here, everything that you have been vulnerable enough to put out there and commit to. I'm so ready to help us achieve this all together. So lots of things coming. We're going to talk all things supplements, grocery hauls, meal prep, dealing with the menstrual phases. All of this stuff is going to be covered. I actually am going to do some hormone testing as well. So that might be in this video. I need to prep my labs and get my hormones tested. That's something we're going to dive into because this can impact our ability to lose weight. This can impact our mood. This can impact our libido. This can impact our longevity, how we put on muscle. Hormones impact so many things. So I do work with a hormonal specialist that sent me my annual labs I need to get done. So it should be a pretty thorough panel. Will I get them back in this video? I'm not sure, but when I do, we're going to chat all things hormones because I think that'll be quite helpful for you all. I'm not an expert, but I've learned quite a bit, gleaned quite a bit from my experiences and Jason's experience. So we're going to share those too. Today, I have a lot on the to-do list because I didn't quite tick off everything I wanted to yesterday. And I'm just going through my planner here. I need to get another one. What a weird planner. This one ends at the end of June. So it worked out well last year because that's when I quit the hospital. So it kind of gave me that perfect year planner. But so I am in the process now that I got my workout completed for the day. I'm going to get my to-do list together and kind of schedule that out. I do have one call I have to take So I'm just gonna kind of work around that. And yeah, that's the update for now. These two, well, this is JJ, but they are starving for attention. It looks like it's about to storm out, which stinks because I want to take them for their loop walk. That just helps me ensure that I'm getting in enough steps for the day. Plus it gets the boys active, keeps their joints healthy. But the sky, yeah, you probably really can't tell. It's looking a little gray. So I think we're gonna eat. No, look at my handsome Bruce Wayne. He's so handsome. I think I'm gonna eat, feed the boys, and we'll get some activity done too. Good morning, friends. We are here at Crunch Fitness. I am doing day 4 of Forever Fit. I'm still in week 1. Today is my upper body day. So we are first starting with neutral grip pull-ups. These can be done band assisted, but I actually don't think we have bands in this gym, but I fortunately have a assisted pull-up machine, so that works just as well. Or if you don't have either of those and you have a partner with you, you could have your partner kind of support you through either from your feet or your knees. There's a few different ways you can do assisted pull-ups, but this is such a great movement you don't want to skip to really build that upper body strength. So let's do this. I've got on my Revolution halter crop that restocked in Mocha Berry, as well as the new snatched leggings in Mocha Berry. These I had a size up in and I like them a lot more because they're a little low rise. But the Buff Bunny summer sale is going on through July 7th. So check that out if you want some Buff Bunny pieces and save some cash flow. What's that? You can also stack code KARA to get 10% off the sale price. All right, let's go. I'm really good at neutral grip, so I actually want to do normal grip or like a wider grip. That for me is harder, so I'm going to do that just to play into my own weaknesses. Also, I love this bra for back day, especially if I'm having Jason film or even just get Instagram stories for me. It just helps me to see my muscles, and I'm not saying that in a way to be vain, but anytime you're going through like a weight loss phase or whatever you may be doing, it can be very motivating just to see yourself. And then 10 weeks from now, I can do this movement and look back and hopefully see how much more muscly I look. But I love this movement, especially in this sports bra. It makes me feel strong. Yeah. And one exercise in, and I already gotta go pee. This one might be a little bit harder for me to talk through, but we're moving into a barbell row. And I'm starting out with 65 pounds. This feels pretty good for me because I've been using dumbbells from the Flourish program, so we're just getting reacclimated to barbells. So I like to come out of the squat rack, hinge at the hips, just let the arms hang perpendicular to the floor. And we're gonna breathe out as we contract and really squeeze those back muscles. You don't need to rush this movement. In fact, I'd rather see you slow down and really contract, keeping the elbows tucked in close to the body. You don't want your arms splaying out to the side too much. You really just wanna let the back muscles do the work. So yesterday, I did a long run with my sister. I didn't get to film it all yesterday, but we did 9 miles. So my lower back and legs are pretty tight today. I spent about a good 20 minutes warming up in the gym. I didn't film it, but I want to mention that. It's really important you spend the time getting your body warmed up, getting everything warmed up and ready to go into these movements. So Jason told me I had to tell on myself today because last night I was still on my phone at 9:15. So that is a goal I'm still working on, and I'm realizing there's certain things that come up with my job that make it a little more challenging for me to get off my phone earlier. So I need to still figure that one out. But here I am just tattling on myself that I was on my phone a little late last night. It's that balance I'm struggling to find between, responding to everyone on socials versus when I need to shut it down and set my own boundaries for winding down at night without feeling guilty that I haven't done enough. All right, next we're moving into dumbbell hammer curls. I'm using 15s. And I wanted to ask, I've done 2 live workouts now, I think at this point. I did 2 live flourish workouts. So let me know if within the Driven Challenge, you would all like me to schedule some live workouts that we could do together, because I had a lot of fun and it's also very challenging for me. It's good to learn the skill of being able to work out and talk at the same time while also trying to cue in proper form. These are getting a little freaking heavy now.
Cheat. No, we're done.
Failure. We failed. That's it. I gotta drop the weight now for my next set. That's okay. Go a little heavier. Do what you can. If you don't hit all the reps, do a drop set. I want to talk about my starting physique and just the overall mission of this series. The mission of the Driven series for myself and for you all is to provide this space, this community, this weekly support you can count on to better yourself. And that is what I am setting out to do as well. I want to be super clear, because people love to jump to their own conclusions and their own assumptions, that the body I am starting out in, my starting progress photos, look phenomenal. I know this. I've worked hard for the body I have and I maintain it well. So don't get it twisted. I am setting out on this series to better myself, to eat more whole foods, to sleep better, to push my athleticism, to move through self-development, to better myself as a person. And with that, I would love to see some physique changes. And I personally don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I also want to bring this to the vlog because I think some of you may run into this, and let me know in the comments if you have run into this in the past. People can be so triggered by other people and what they're doing. Now, I fully understand sometimes some people are like, look, I have a history of eating disorders. This could be triggering to me. Okay, understood. I am not going to fit everyone's cup of tea. I do also think there's those people out there that are just, they are the Debbie Downers of the world, and they are looking to bring other people down. And some people don't even realize they're like this, right? Some people, when they realize you're starting to make changes to better yourself, they're like, ugh, of course. And may not be supportive. Even if you're someone who's morbidly obese and needs to lose weight for health reasons, people may not be supportive. That is something that kind of comes along with this. If you've been through a phase like this, or maybe a phase where you're just feeling happier in your life, or you're doing better things for you, you've got the people that see that and cheer you on. And then sometimes there's the people that are gonna try to tear you down. They're gonna try to make you question what you're doing. They're gonna try to make you feel bad about it. So I bring this up because I want you all to keep that in your mind, because at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to what's best for you. No one else in this world is gonna understand what's best for you and your body and what makes you happy. So you ultimately have to become super strong in those values and in your own purpose and mission to better yourself. It has to be stronger than judgment from other people. And you also have to start questioning and building awareness around your environment and how that impacts you. And by environment, sure, I can mean the air you breathe, but in addition to environment, I also mean the people you surround yourselves with, because they ultimately will impact your attitude and your behaviors if you are surrounded by people that are just not supportive of you. This is a challenge that is real life. So I wanted to bring that up in this episode so you can think about that as you're going through this. You're gonna meet those people, you're gonna meet that resistance, and it's gonna feel uncomfortable. How are you gonna work through it? I've gone through it enough throughout my years of bodybuilding with people questioning me and telling me I should and shouldn't do this, that, and the other thing. And at this point, I drown it out, and I also stand up for myself, where a time before I would have just let it get to me and not addressed it, and I will not do that anymore. I demand respect from the people I interact with, and I want you to do the same, as uncomfortable as it can be. So I just wanted to have that quick little chat. And
Can I interject?
am I missing anything?
Alex Hormozy said this.
What'd he say?
He said how uncomfortable it is.
Yeah.
It's more uncomfortable for the person you're confronting.
Right.
As uncomfortable it is for you,
Yeah.
it's more uncomfortable for them.
True.
So yeah, I was going to interject and say you got to stand up for yourself, and you already did that.
I love that thought process because, you know, I learned a lot more about that through my years of management and leadership. That was something that was really hard for me as a chronic people pleaser.
And I always tell you, I'm like, get it off your chest.
Do it.
You got to say something to them now.
That's why I always would go to Jason, because Jason's always been able to unattach emotion from it. And he also has management experience. And that, honestly, my leadership management experience has really filtered into my life. So I'm so happy I've gained all this experience. But that was the hardest thing for me, from going from being a dietitian to supervision, was addressing people, confronting things. And instead, I would just sit and stew in these emotions of how uncomfortable it could feel and what they might say. And, you know, it's with anything. It takes time and practice. And each time you practice it, you get better and better at it. It's a skill that we build. And I do think it's true. You have to somewhat demand respect for yourself and the way people talk to you.
And guess what? That person you just confronted will not do it again, most likely.
Absolutely, yeah.
Learn.
And honestly, 9 times out of 10, anytime I've confronted someone on an issue, usually, I mean, sometimes it could go back and forth and you get nowhere, right? Depends on the person. But 9 times out of 10, it usually is a good, productive conversation if you're dealing with another adult, and kind of go back and forth with them, like show them where you're coming from and what you're doing and why, or why what they're doing is not cool with you. Like, stand up for yourself. So the more you practice that, it's part of self-development that will filter through your health goals, your fitness goals. It makes everything easier, but it starts with becoming a stronger version of you mentally.
Time to make this recipe, man. That was good.
Thanks, Boo. I'm hungry. I'm gonna have you make half the recipe though. That's allowed, right?
She's drinking the orange squeeze. I'm drinking the
I was drinking the lazy version. You like my cheers?
cherry lemonade.
It looks pretty close. Not gonna lie, it looks pretty close to the recipe.
It does.
That little piece of salmon. Alrighty, so I wanted to share a recipe that I'm gonna make. Jason made half of it. Air fryer salmon. We are in the luteal phase right now, and real life is sometimes having our periods and having cravings or getting cranky. PMDD is a real thing a lot of women struggle with, and so I'm a few days out, and I wanted to share with you a recipe that not only can help potentially reduce PMS type symptoms, but is also just a higher volume meal and good in so many ways in terms of nutrition if you are trying to lose weight right now. A lot of health benefits here. So first things first, I have a cute little piece of salmon Jason cooked for me. So super easy. A lot of people say, I didn't know you could cook fish in the air fryer. You sure can, and you can cook it from frozen as well. So we just buy the bag of salmon from Wegmans, because oftentimes you can't get it fresh. So we get the wild caught sockeye salmon, and it already comes in like pretty much like anywhere from 5 to 7 ounces each piece. So sometimes we defrost them, but if we forget, you don't have to worry. You just cook it a little longer in the air fryer. So usually you cook it from frozen. For us, if you want it cooked like this, like we cook it till it's like ish cooked. 18 minutes total, 400 degrees, about 9 to 10 minutes in, you're gonna wanna get that skin off. Unless you're gonna eat it, that's cool too. That's just not my journey. We give the skin to the dogs, but then you cook it off for the rest of the time. So no seasoning, nothing on it. It's just plain Jane. You can season it up how you like. So that's gonna go on our massaged kale salad. Salmon, it's high in omega-3s, so tons of health benefits the more omega-3s we get into our diet. Omega-3s are known to just help our overall health in terms of heart health, in terms of decrease in inflammation, and there is some research with those PMS-like symptoms. They've done some studies where they have dosed people with omega-3s and they've seen reduction in anxiety and depression, all of those nasty symptoms we can get as women prior to starting our period, which, hello, I struggle with that anxiety. So I am gonna try to do all the things I can through my diet.
Interjecting again, if you don't get wild caught, the omega ratio is not in your favor.
It's not the same.
It's not in your favor, so only eat wild caught fish.
Yeah, I mean, when you go out to eat at a restaurant, oftentimes you're only gonna be able to get farm-raised salmon. That's usually all they offer. Not
But
saying,
if you can.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll still eat that when I go out because I like ordering salmon out, but in your control, go with wild caught. It's worth it. So anyways, that omega-3s right there, try to get more of those into your diet. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. Just good for our overall health, but maybe bulking it up a little bit around our period is something that could help
Well,
us.
it's 2024. Who's to say guys can't have their periods now?
Gender neutral here. All right.
Not really.
Number 2, the massaged kale salad. We're gonna make kale greens are high in iron, which we can lose during that time of the month. I think I'm gonna chop these up a little bit. I gotta start talking and working here. I'm gonna chop these up a little bit. They're already washed. Organic kale. I just get the regular kale greens. You can use Tuscan, curly, baby, whatever you like. But kale greens are gonna be high in iron as well as calcium. So both of those are also thought to help us. Iron, number 1, is something that we lose. We often run a bit lower during that time of the month. So replenishing that as much as possible is just gonna help with your energy levels, with your fatigue. If you get any dizziness, things like that, your energy is just running low, which is something I hear a lot of women complain about. How is that not going to impact your fitness and the energy you put into yourself? So make sure you are trying to nourish yourself with the foods that are going to give you energy. I love kale. I think a lot of people think they don't like kale, but this is why like a massaged kale salad may change your life. It may change your life with just actually massaging it in with the dressing that we're gonna make, the little bit of olive oil we're gonna add to it. Again, using heart-healthy fats here, salt, pepper. We're just gonna massage it up so it softens up a little bit. I love a big ass salad, so we get a big bowl and put all our greens into it. That's definitely a few cups worth. Ooh, we're also gonna do some like lemon zest. I've never done that before, but I am just following a recipe I found online, so I am gonna follow her exact measurements. That way I can track it in the Grounds app because as I stated in my goals, one of my goals is to track consistently right now, which I've been doing all through the week. All right, so to massage this, we're gonna do a sprinkle of salt and pep, drizzle of olive oil.
That's about a teaspoon, you know that?
Yeah.
I've measured that.
I think I'm gonna do one more to massage it in. Maybe not the full thing, that should be good. You ever wonder why when you go out to eat certain salads or things taste different? For me, that was always a kale salad. I'm like, why can't I get my kale salads to taste good at home? And it's because oftentimes they will take the time to massage all the greens with a little bit of olive oil.
And hopefully they wash their hands first.
Yeah. Are you calling me out like I didn't wash my hands?
No, I'm calling the restaurant.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I'm scarred from when I first started YouTube and would do recipe videos because I felt like anytime I didn't show one little thing like that, people were down in the comments.
It's like, who cares? It's my food.
Right, I'm eating it. Don't worry about it.
Germs.
Oh yeah, that was like definitely plenty of olive oil. Look at that. So we're massaging it up. So if you weren't gonna eat this right away, you could also massage it and throw it in the fridge ahead of time. But I'm gonna add some other goodies to it. I haven't zested a lemon in a hot minute. So I think this is the zester side. Part of my other goal, I didn't get too far down in the weeds when I was talking about my goals, but with tracking my macros consistently, I wanna also mention that I'm not just in it to hit my macros and eat whatever that adds up to my macros. I'm really not about that approach. A lot of this is getting more structured with my meals and making sure I'm really nourishing my body and just being more purposeful with all that. So getting in more whole foods, making sure I'm eating fruits and veggies every single day, making sure I'm hitting my protein goals. Okay, I zested this lemon. Okay, we're gonna add some dried cranberries. Dried cranberries, or you could do fresh fruit like blueberries. I did want to use a little cranberries. I might add blueberries as well. Now, yes, dried cranberries. These ones, yeah, to preserve usually any type of dried fruit. It's gonna have added sugar to it, so keep that in mind. But I'm not gonna lie, I just really love dried cranberries in a salad, so I'm gonna do a couple tablespoons. I'm gonna measure this out actually so I know exactly how many grams. I think if you're gonna eat salads, it's nice to find a way to eat salads that's enjoyable to you. And for me, something like a little bit of craisins or cranberries in there, I'm gonna do a half a serving. It just really makes it taste good. Makes me really, really enjoy it. So we're gonna also find ways to keep enjoyment in our food during this process. I just added in half a serving of raw pecan halves, another way to get in some heart-healthy fats. Added in some nuts, throw some nuts in there. And then for our salad dressing, we're gonna do a combination of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of that, little apple cider vinegar, olive oil, and maple syrup. So 2 tablespoons of this, a little bit of fresh lemon juice. I'm just gonna wing it. Just gonna squeeze it. Tablespoon of maple syrup, a little salt and pepper. That's the salad dressing. That's honestly, wait, did I put olive oil in there or did I forget?
You did not.
I feel like there's enough olive oil on the salad, so I'm actually just gonna not. And I think it's gonna be fine. Salt and pepper. But one of the things I was doing a lot during the winter was making salads, and at nighttime that was the dressing. I would do just a combo of a little maple syrup, olive oil, salt, pepper.
Remember when you had that edible and a really fatty salad?
Well, I had the olive oil.
You had like a lot of it.
And it really enhanced the effects of it. Like, really. It looks so fresh and delicious, doesn't it? All my toppings are falling down, but... So yeah, we're gonna definitely have more fat in this meal, but that's okay. Like, I would rather make sure I'm getting my fat through heart-healthy sources in a variety of sources. So I got in olive oil, I've got in the pecans, and then I've also got my piece of salmon here. And that's my PMS salad that's hopefully gonna save the day for all of us, Jason included. I think I do wanna throw some bloobs in there too, just for a little more color. Also, I'm a big texture person, so the more texture and different types of texture I can get in one meal, definitely I've noticed increase my meal satisfaction. So if I can get a little crunch, if I can get a little chew, if I can get a little snap, all the things, it definitely just helps. But while I have you, I want to share with you one more thing. Real quick, if you need an on-the-go option to get in some vegetables, salad kits are just a great option, but you do have to be careful what's in there, and many of them are real high in calories real quick. But this was a fun one I found by Taylor Farms. It's mango lemonade chopped salad kit. This one's really good because the salad dressing itself is a mango puree lemon juice, so it's not a lot of ingredients in terms of the salad dressing, which also end up being a lot lower fat option for this dressing. So calorically, this is one of the better salad kits I've seen, and it tastes quite delicious. I had this one the other day after a run, filled me up. So that's another on-the-go option for you, but I'm gonna eat this salad because I'm very hungry now.
You gotta tell them how it is.
I do? Okay.
Let me get a shot of it first.
Yeah. Where do you want a shot of it? All right, let's do a taste test. Oh, if I can get a piece of salmon in there too.
Show the inside of the salmon.
Oh.
Because now we only like crispy outside, but it's still nice and tender inside.
Yeah, it doesn't get overcooked. All my little good pieces are down on the bottom, so we're just going straight kale and salmon. Mmm. That's really good. This is really good. Look, don't skip the step to add on in that lemon zest because I really love the flavor that it gave the kale. It just gave it this really like refreshing flavor to it. Definitely like a good summer salad option. So I'm gonna jam on this, get in some good nutrition. We're gonna close out episode 2 of Driven here. Make sure you are commenting down below how your week has gone, how close you're getting to achieving your goals. And I will also still include my Discord link up in the description box. So many of you are posting in there, helping each other out, finding like people with like goals and just rooting each other on. It's so cool to see. I love that I can provide this opportunity for all of you to maybe connect with someone else who's going through something similar. So until the next one, friends, stay driven.